Easy, bro.
Shh, can you hear that? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is the UEFA Champions League anthem, which means the UEFA Champions League is back with us for a new exciting season. Ladies and gentlemen, I just cannot wait to dive into some of the fixtures that will be taking place tonight. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And welcome once again to a new episode of the Halftime Talk. On the show, we discuss all things sport. And tonight or today, we'll be looking at some of the fixtures that will be taking place in the UEFA Champions League. And without further more to do, let's jump straight into it. Now, the first fixture we'll be looking at from today's round of fixtures is Inter Milan taking on Real Madrid at the San Siro in Italy tonight. Kickoff time for that one for the South African viewers is 9 p.m. Now, Real Madrid are coming into this game with a clean record of 3 wins and 1 draw so far this season in the Liga. Real Madrid looking like a different side under the new manager or the new leadership of Carlo Ancelotti, and will be looking to build towards being a dominant side that they once were as far as this competition is concerned. Now, Carlo Ancelotti, who seems to be a big fan of the 4-3-3 formation, opted to go with a 4-4-2 formation against Celta Vigo this past weekend, which resulted in the team winning 5-2 against that particular opponent. Now, Real Madrid will be playing a very strong side. In fact, they are the defending champions of the Serie A, and I am talking about Inter Milan. Inter Milan are coming into this game with a similar record to Real Madrid's record. They have 2 wins and 1 draw so far in the Serie A, but the only difference is that they've conceded far less than Real Madrid, conceding only 3 goals in 3 games, while Real Madrid conceded 6 times in their first 4 games in the La Liga. Now, Simeone Inzaghi, who is Inter Milan's manager, seems to opt to go with a 3-5-1-1 formation, which is similar to the 3-5-2 formation that Antonio Conte, who is the former manager of Inter Milan, opted to go with. Now in the system, Inter Milan will be looking to use their width or to keep their width, especially on attack, and use players such as Ivan Perisic down the left to look for the likes of Edin Dzeko, who's particularly really good aerially, as well as Lautaro Martinez, who scored quite a number of goals using his head last season. Now, person who's also really good aerially is Karim Benzema. Now, Karim Benzema has been very important and consistent last season for Real Madrid, and he seems to be doing the very same this season, scoring 5 goals in 4 games so far for Real Madrid, including a hat-trick this past weekend against Celta Vigo. Now, he'll be looking to add to his tally tonight, but it should be said that they are playing Italian side, and Italian sides are known for how astute they are and how disciplined they are, especially on defense. I mean, we saw what they did with their national team in the Euros this past month, being able to really play large parts of the game without the ball and utilizing the counter attack to hurt their opponents. I think Inter Milan will be looking to do the same against Real Madrid, who pose a really big threat, especially if they're going to use their front 3 of Eden Hazard, Vinicius Jr. and Karim Benzema. They'll be looking to defend and spend large parts of the game suffering without the ball, and then looking to exit with players like players like Edin Dzeko, who brings also a really good hold-up game. Not as good as Romelu Lukaku's hold-up game, but one that Inter Milan will be looking to utilize and feeding off players like Lautaro Martinez. But yeah, that's just how I see the game. It's going to be a really tactical game, a really difficult game. I think for most parts the teams are going to cancel each other out, but I do see goals because Real Madrid, as I said, have conceded so many times so far this season, which tells you that in terms of defensive structures, Carlo Ancelotti is yet to get it right so far this season. But also looking at an Inter Milan side who will be respecting Real Madrid, who will understand that Real Madrid pose a certain threat with the ball, and will be looking to be tactically quite astute and disciplined on defense, and will be looking for certain moments to hurt Real Madrid, especially with set pieces. I think they have quite a number of big players. They center backs rather are really big. They have the aerial presence of Lautaro Martinez as well as Eden Dzeko. So I do see this match going to be a really tough one, and not one with a lot of chances, I must say, but one with quite a number of goals. I see personally a draw coming into this result. Now, the second fixture we'll be looking at from the round of fixtures tonight is Club Brugge taking on PSG. Club Brugge currently sitting at the top of the Belgian Pro League, recording 4 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss so far in the 7 games that they've played in the new campaign. Club Brugge are a side that likes utilizing the 5-3-2 formation, which will be ideal considering the opponent they will be playing tonight. So far in the season, Club Brugge have managed to score 15 goals, but have conceded 11, which is something they'll look to rectify and something they'll look to minimize, considering the opponent that they will be playing tonight. Now, the manager Philippe Clement likes utilizing a 5-3-2 formation, as I said, which will be ideal. And if you look at the last game that they played, they managed to get a 71% ball possession stat, completing 563 passes, which is a very good stat, which shows that they like retaining the ball when they're at home and putting their opponents under pressure. Now, although they are a team that likes retaining the ball based on the stats that we just showed you guys, they are playing a very scary and a very talented side in PSG. I mean, the last time we saw so many stars in one group was when Birdman had YMCMB. I mean, there's just so many stars in the PSG side on and off the bench. I mean, they have Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, Hakimi, Wijnaldum, Donnarumma, supported by Keylor Navas. They have a very exciting prospect in Nuno Mendes that they just signed from Sporting Lisbon. I mean, there's so much talent in that PSG side. I mean, the last time you probably saw so many good things in one sitting was when you had your Christmas lunch plate. I mean, when a papa, rice, samp, bright meat, stew, chicken, everything in one particular, everything that's good in one sitting. I mean, that's how I can describe PSG. So many talented players that they have that Mauricio Pochettino can utilize. But my only concern is the balance in terms of his selection, and that's something a lot of people are worried about. I mean, we know he's going to utilize a 4-3-3 formation, and what's going to be important for him is who he puts behind that front three that we're expecting to see tonight of Neymar, Lionel Messi, and Mbappe, because you have two players in Messi and Mbappe who don't really do a lot in terms of defending and helping the team when we don't have the ball. So now, you're going to need to have players who wouldn't mind working hard for that front three, especially when they don't have the ball. So it's all about balance, in my opinion, and the selection or the squad selection that Mauricio Pochettino makes, that will make PSG a very strong side. We've seen sides like this before. I mean, remember, Real Madrid had a side consisting of Raúl and so many other stars at the same time, and it didn't quite work because of the balance when you have so many star players in one team. And I think PSG will have the same problem coming into a lot of fixtures, especially in the Champions League. On paper, they are the strongest team in Europe currently, but it's the combinations and the system that Mauricio Pochettino will use that will determine how far they go in this competition. Club Brugge, with all due respect, I do not see them winning this game, regardless if they're home or not. I think they will have a lot to deal with regarding the squad or the team that PSG have. I mean, so far PSG in the league, they managed to win 5 out of 5 games, and the scary part is that Neymar and Messi weren't even involved in any of those games. I think Messi only played 25 minutes in one of the games, and Neymar only started and played for 65 minutes in one of those games. So you can't really say they've had much of an impact, or in the first 5 games that they played in the French league. So imagine having those players coming in such a setting. UEFA Champions League, they want to win their first few games. This is the first time that Messi and Neymar officially will be starting a game together in a very long time, and they'll be looking to really show that the hype was worth it, and they are really a good team and they can make it work. So um I don't see Club Brugge winning this game. I see PSG overpowering them. I see PSG creating a lot of chances. I see PSG playing really smart. Um, and I see Lionel Messi scoring a brace, to be honest with you. I think between him and Mbappe, one of those two will have a really good night tonight. And I see a PSG win. If I had to put a score line to it, I see a 3-0 or 4-1 PSG win. The third fixture we'll be looking at tonight is Liverpool taking on AC Milan at the Anfield Stadium tonight, 9 p.m. SA time. That will be the kickoff time for that one. Obviously, a lot of history between the two sides. If you can remember the famous night in Istanbul where Liverpool came from behind and won the UEFA Champions League final against AC Milan via penalties. Now, a lot has happened since those two sides met that day. Obviously, Liverpool winning the competition 2 years ago and really being a European powerhouse for the past couple of years. That is Liverpool. Coming into this one, Liverpool with quite a solid start to the season, winning 4 games and drawing one and only conceding once. Now, people might see that Liverpool are not the same side. They do not look like the same side. They tend to be a bit more patient on attack, and it's something that they had to really utilize or change, especially after the way they performed last season. But obviously, a big miss from last season, which they have this season, is Virgil van Dijk. I think his introduction has really helped Liverpool improve this season, especially in defense and conceding a lot less goals. I mean, they've managed to keep 4 clean sheets since he's come back into the side, and that's really helping Liverpool have a solid and a good start to the new season. When you look at AC Milan, a team that has been rebuilding for the past couple of years, and that's been going really smoothly. I think the introduction of certain players such as Zlatan Ibrahimovic has really helped the team transition and really progress in the past couple of years. Obviously, last season they came really close to winning the Scudetto, obviously losing out to Inter Milan because of the couple of inconsistent results, but that's something they need to improve. I mean, this is the first time we're seeing them in the big stage of the European football, I mean the UEFA Champions League, in a very long time, and that's very uncharacteristic for AC Milan. Obviously, they were once a big team, a powerhouse of European football, but they're looking to build towards that once again. I think they have a good mixture of experience and quite young players, exciting prospects such as Kessie in the midfield. They also have players such as Florenzi out wide, who will be bringing the talent and the quality and looking to cause an upset at Anfield. Obviously, they like lining up in a 4-3 or 4-2-3-1 formation, while Liverpool will be coming with the usual 4-3-3 formation, obviously with the changed midfield because of Elliott picking up quite a nasty injury the past weekend. We hope that he recovers and is back in the Liverpool side quite quickly. But I see a really interesting game. Obviously, AC Milan coming into this one with a clean and a very strong record. Although people might say, comparing the opponents of the EPL and Serie A, the EPL is quite superior. But it is a clean record. It is intact. Obviously, AC Milan coming here with 3 games and 3 wins, and only conceding once also in their past couple of games. So they are a side that is really disciplined disciplined on defense. As I said, Italian side, they pride themselves with how disciplined and how astute they are, especially in defense. So Liverpool will have quite a job to do, especially when it comes to breaking down AC Milan, while AC Milan will be looking to play off the counter and looking to exploit spaces behind players like Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson. So it's going to be quite an interesting game between the two sides. I'm interested to see what type of approach Jochen Klopp is going to take against a very tough team in terms of how they line up defensively. That is AC Milan, and I'm also interested to see how AC Milan are going to approach Liverpool, and are they going to use their opportunities when they get given those opportunities? Will they be able to create? Will they have enough? Obviously, we know Zlatan Ibrahimovic will not be available for this game because he picked up an Achilles tendon injury, which we hope doesn't put him out of the game for far too long. So they will be missing some sort of quality. But regarding this fixture, I do see Liverpool taking this game. I think they will have enough at home to bridge that AC Milan defense. If I had to put a scoreline to it, I think Liverpool will win 2-0, or with a margin of 2 goals if AC Milan do decide to score. Yeah, that's just my take on that one. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for making it to the end of the video. Obviously, we would have liked to cover more matches from the UEFA Champions League, such as Manchester City taking on RB Leipzig, but we do think that Manchester City will take that game, especially playing at home in the Etihad, and will have enough quality to overpower RB Leipzig. With that being said, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next video, shut up.